First snow falling on the platform, city wrapped in quiet gray. Your breath a little ghost that dances every time you look my way. Scarf pulled higher, hands in pockets, lo-fi in your tangled hair. Every chord a silver flurry, hanging weightless in the air. Neon signs are watercolor through the frost on every pane. Taxis move like lazy comets through the almost silent rain. You say, feels like we're suspended in a half-developed frame. Every snowflake on your lashes writes my almost spoken name. When the snowflakes kiss tomorrow on their way down through the night, every drifting little whisper feels like we'll be alright. All the broken, all the tired, all the pieces we can't fix turn to diamonds in the streetlight as the future gets its kiss. We're just footprints on the sidewalk, slowly filling heel to toe. But the sky keeps dropping promises in every falling glow. If the world falls apart, we'll still be standing in this view. While the snowflakes kiss the future, I'll be reaching out for you. Coffee steam between our sentences, mittens clumsy, fingers numb. You are laughing at your own jokes, I'm just happy you have come. Traffic hum becomes a blanket, muffled under cotton clouds. Every car a distant memory, every siren not so loud. Christmas lights across the river, blur to pastel, soft and slow. Someone's window holds a family, someone's room a TV glow. You say everything feels fragile, but in a beautiful way. And a snowflake lands between us like a quiet, bright someday. And the moment feels like glass, we're both too scared to even breathe. Still the night keeps stitching courage in the air, we will believe. There's a story in the silence, there's a vow we haven't said. While the sky keeps writing futures in the white above our heads. When the snowflakes kiss tomorrow on their way down through the night, every drifting little whisper feels like we'll be alright. All the broken, all the tired, all the pieces we can't fix turn to diamonds in the streetlight as the future gets its kiss. Maybe all the plans that shattered were just windows to this cold, letting in a softer story that we hadn't yet been told. Every no that left us shaking, every door that wouldn't stay, pushed us out onto this platform where the snow can find its way. If tomorrow's train is late and all our schedules come undone, we'll just count the constellations made of streetlights one by one. Let the calendar keep running, let the clocks do what they do. There's a whole new year descending in these flakes between us two. Soon the morning will awaken, turn the white to busy streets. Tires carving through our footprints, dead lions echoing our feet. But tonight the world is softer than it's ever seemed to be. Every snowflake like a pixel in the screen of what we'll see. When the chill feels like a promise and the sky is pale and new, I'll remember how the future felt when standing next to you. In the hush of frozen midnight under clouds that softly move. While the snowflakes kiss tomorrow, we were learning how to bloom. Late train rumbling in the distance, sun is leaking into dusk. Barely there, September wind is tasting like a fading crush. Sleeves pulled over, trembling fingers hiding ink along my wrist. Little notes of all the almost, all the chances that we missed. City skyline out of focus through the scratched up window glass. You were laughing at a songline only you could understand. Every word you threw so softly found a spotlight in my chest. Like the breeze that turned to music just to tell me I was blessed. When the wind sang our story through the cracks in the night, pulled our names into the sky, set our shadows in flight. Every leaf became a lyric, every traffic light a beat. We were dancing on the corners where the lonely streets would meet. When the wind found our secrets and it carried them high, blew our maybes into comets in a slow motion sky. We were small, we were fragile, but in that melody, I swear the whole wide world turned its pages just for you and me. Bus stop posters peeling edges, colors tired, corners curled. You were tracing constellations in the map of our small world. Coffee steam between our voices, lo-fi humming from your phone. Every chord a gentle echo of the future we'd outgrow. You said nothing lasts forever with your eyes turned to the street, but the breeze stole all your letters, made your doubt sound incomplete. For a second all the neon blurred to watercolor lines, and the wind wrote tiny sonnets in the loose strands of your mind. And it felt like something bigger had been listening all along, taking all our broken pieces, stitching them into a song. Every sigh, each hesitation, every smile we tried to hide became verses on the pavement that the night could never wipe. When the wind sang our story through the cracks in the night, pulled our names into the sky, set our shadows in flight. Every leaf became a lyric, every traffic light a beat. We were dancing on the corners where the lonely streets would meet. When the wind found our secrets and it carried them high, blew our maybes into comets in a slow motion sky. We were small, we were fragile, but in that melody, I swear the whole wide world turned its pages just for you and me. Maybe someday we'll be strangers, standing worlds and worlds apart, checking weather on our phones while something aches inside the heart. And a sudden shift of breeze will taste like nights we couldn't save, like a chorus half remembered from the life we almost gave. If you ever hear the leaves clap like hands above your head, or the storm begins to whistle all the words we left unsaid, know the air is still repeating what it stole that dusty day. All the ways you almost loved me that the wind can't blow away. Now the seasons keep on turning, trains keep carving through the dark. We pretend we've all moved on, but still the breeze remembers sparks. When it brushes past my headphones, when it pulls against my sleeve, I can hear our quiet story in the rustle of the trees. When the wind hums low and soft along the river after 9, I still feel your name get tangled like a lyric into mine. On the nights the world feels heavy and too quiet to be kind, I press play on that old evening that the wind made yours and mine. Streetlight perfume on your collar, mixing with the midnight air. City stars will leak your silver through the spaces in your hair. Window shopping after hours, neon writing on the glass. Every shade a hidden letter from a future that won't pass.
You lean close to read the menu of a cafe long closed down. Your scent drifts like constellations settling softly on the ground. Lo-fi humming from your pocket, velvet bass and faded strings. Every note a tiny droplet in the perfume that it brings.
Night sky perfume dripping from the dark above. Every star a secret fragrance made of almost love. Wraps around us like a promise no one else can smell. Turning ordinary moments into something magical. Breathe it in this midnight elixir from the velvet blue. Every drop a whisper story only meant for me and you. Night sky perfume on your skin in the spaces in between. Tastes like every dream we haven't woken up to see. Taxi idles like a heartbeat, yellow glow against the black. You say something about comets, I just watch the way you laugh. Puddles holding tiny heavens, shattered stars beneath our feet. Every step disturbs the surface, sends your fragrance down the street.
Rooftop bars are spilling laughter, but we're walking our own line. Your jacket carries galaxies distilled into something divine. Headphones sharing dusty drum loops, city symphony in low, while your perfume paints the skyline in a language only we know.
And the world feels paper thin when all the ordinary fades. Every breath a stolen vial from the perfumes that God made. There's a sparkle in the silence, there's a glow behind your gaze as the night sky pours its essence through these late December days. Night sky perfume dripping from the dark above. Every star a secret fragrance made of almost love. Wraps around us like a promise no one else can smell. Turning ordinary moments into something magical. Breathe it in this midnight elixir from the velvet blue. Every drop a whispered story only meant for me and you. Maybe love is just a chemist mixing vapors from the void, taking all our clumsy heartbeats, turning ache into employed. Every time the wind shifts gently, carrying your trace away, I can still taste constellations in the words you didn't say. If the morning scrubs us clean and washes every drop of night, will this fragrance find its way back when we're reaching for the light? Or does midnight keep the recipe locked safe inside its chest, waiting for another evening when our paths will intersect? Dawn is tugging at the edges, turning indigo to gray. Still your perfume lingers softly like a secret that won't fade. When the traffic wakes and hurries, when the daylight claims its due, I'll be chasing night sky echoes and the scent that's only you. One last breath before the city pulls us back into its rush. One last drop of stellar nectar in this ordinary hush. Night sky perfume on the pavement, written where our shadows fell, carries every almost moment to the place where dreamers dwell. Fences, ivy handwriting, climbing over painted stone, rusty gate that knows my footsteps like a password carved in chrome. Sneakers brushing dew so clover, city noise begins to fade. Every worry, every rumor melts into the midnight shade. Hidden pathway made of petals, no one notices by day. Street lamps flicker at the corner, but they never see this place. You appear in linen shadows, soft as watercolor dawn, with a secret in your pocket and a quiet, crooked smile on in the secret garden of the white roses, where the night air hums and the world closes. You say my name like a spell you chose, and the thorns step back when your fingers touch the rose. Under quiet constellations, no uncharted, we're a hush, we're a chapter open-hearted. In the secret garden where the white roses bloom, you turn my silence into flowers in the gloom. Marble angel with a crack line running through her porcelain wing. Someone left a faded ribbon, someone wrote a half-lost spring. Lo-fi playing from your phone, a tiny speaker by the tree. Dusty chords and softened drum beats, stitching time for you and me. White buds glowing like slow lanterns, breathing perfume into night. Every petal holds a promise that is scared to meet daylight. You hide letters in the soil where only fireflies have read, stories you were too afraid to send, so you planted them instead. And the city feels a million miles away from where we stand, while the moonlight paints approval in the lines across your hand. There's a question in the jasmine, there's an answer in the breeze, as the roses lean in closer like they're trying to hear me breathe. In the secret garden of the white roses, where the night air hums and the world closes. You say my name like a spell you chose, and the thorns step back when your fingers touch the rose. Under quiet constellations, no uncharted, we're a hush, we're a chapter open-hearted. In the secret garden where the white roses bloom, you turn my silence into flowers in the gloom. Maybe love is just a rumor that the flowers pass along, hidden in their veins like lyrics in a half-remembered song. Every glance a folded letter, every laugh a careful key, fitting locks on rusted fences only we were meant to see. If the morning ever finds us with our footprints in the dew, will the petals keep our secrets when the daylight filters through? Or will every white rose shimmer with the things we didn't say, while we walk back through the suburbs, taking different streets away? When the gates I shut behind me and the traffic drowns the breeze, I still feel that garden breathing somewhere underneath my knees. Little ghosts of white rose petals clinging softly to my clothes, like the echo of your fingers brushing gently past the thorns. If the world grows loud and heavy and my courage comes undone, I'll remember how the roses turned our quiet into sun. In the secret garden where the white roses grow, you're the only hidden language that my heart will ever know. coffee on the windowsill, city humming out of tune. Curtain crack just like a secret, letting in a slice of moon. Phone is glowing on the bed sheets, all our messages in blue. Little galaxies of moments where the world was just me and you. Ceiling holds a plastic cosmos, faded stars that never sleep. Every wish we made in whispers, every joke we said too deep. Headphones playing distant planets, lo-fi raindrops, gentle bass. In between the notes and silence, see your shadow in this space. We were stardust dreams in a borrowed night, glitter in the dark, gone by morning light, falling through the sky of almost you and me, burning out in colors only sleepless hearts can see. If tomorrow comes and we forget our names, I'll still feel your echo in the window pane. We were stardust dreams, so soft, so bright, etched in all the spaces between day and night. Train lines drawing silver heartbeats on the outskirts of the town. Neon signs like constellations, blinking tired, slowly down. You were talking about nothing, but it sounded like a prayer. Every word a tiny firefly, getting tangled in my hair. Polaroids along your mirror, all the summers we outgrew. Every version of my laughter looks a little closer to you. We were lying on the rooftop, counting planes instead of stars. Still we swore the sky was listening, holding on to who we are. And though we never learned the language of forever, we traced it with our fingers in the dust of maybe never. All the promises we didn't know to keep turned to constellations while the city fell asleep. We were stardust dreams in a borrowed night, glitter in the dark, gone by morning light, falling through the sky of almost you and me, burning out in colors only sleepless hearts can see. If tomorrow comes and we forget our names, I'll still feel your echo in the window pane. We were stardust dreams, so soft, so bright, etched in all the spaces between day and night. Let the sunrise take the credit for the way the shadows fade. Let the clocks keep turning circles round the choices that we made. We were never built for always, we were written for the dusk. Like a paperback left open, gathering little flakes of dust. If you ever feel you're drifting, like a signal lost in space, close your eyes, you'll find us laughing in that half-remembered place, where the streetlights painted halos, where your jacket smelled like rain, where a single whisper secret put the stars inside my veins. Now the ceiling stars are peeling and the stickers start to fall. Still there are phantom constellations, draw your name along the wall. If this life is just a playlist we outgrow from track to track, you're the quiet hidden bonus I keep always coming back. In the soft noise of the nighttime, when the world forgets to scream, I still drift between the echoes of our little stardust dream. Sky is dripping watercolor, all the gray is running out. Every raindrop on your sweater writes my name without a doubt. Sneakers soaking in the puddles, but the world feels feather light. You and me beneath the thunder, soft apology tonight. Traffic hum becomes a backbeat, distant sirens fade to blue. Clouds are pulling back their curtains just to throw this light on you. Every color finds your outline, like it always knew your shape, like the universe was waiting for this little fire escape. Under a rainbow sky, I taste the rain on your lips. Time slows down to a sigh in this technicolor kiss. Every shade above our heads blurs into you and me, painting promises we never had the perfect words to speak. feels more true than this quiet little universe where everything is you. Streetlight halos on the pavement, turning raindrops into stars. Empty buses glide like ghosts between the cafes and the cars. You're a daydream in a hoodie, hair still damp and eyeliner smudged like all my careful plans that you somehow made much brighter. You say, look, the rain is over, as you point up to the arc. 7 whispers stretching softly from the daylight to the dark. Your reflection in the window looks like someone I once drew, way before I ever knew that sketch was always meant for you. Breathing in your laughter like a summer-colored song. Every little second feels like somewhere we belong. Nothing in the forecast ever mentioned this, and still here we are beneath the rainbow, making time stand still. Under a rainbow sky, I taste the rain on your lips. Time slows down to a sigh in this technicolor kiss. Every shade above our heads blurs into you and me, painting promises we never had the perfect words to speak. If the storm returns someday and washes out this view, I'll still see 1,000 colors when I'm standing next to you. Under a rainbow sky, yeah, nothing feels more true than this quiet little universe where everything is you. Let the clouds keep all the secrets of the tears they had to hide. Let the city keep on running, let the world keep spinning wide. We're a footnote in the weather, we're a rumor in the light. But this kiss will live forever in the afterglow of white. If tomorrow feels too heavy, if the days are black and white, close your eyes and find the moment where we stepped into the light, where the rain became a chorus, where the sky rewrote the script, where you pulled me just a little closer and the whole horizon tipped. When the colors fade to memory and the daylight turns to gray, I'll still wear this stolen moment like a secret tucked away. Every time the forecast says the storm is rolling in again, I'll be waiting for that rainbow and your rainbow salted grin. Under painted skies and city lights that flicker then they miss, I'll remember every raindrop and our first rainbow sky kiss. Your sweater still hangs on the back of my chair, catching all the ghost notes floating in the air. There's perfume in the pages of the book you never finished, little drops of yesterday that time forgot to diminish. Lo-fi in the corner with the volume turned down low, city humming underneath like it doesn't wanna know. I move around this tiny room the way you used to move through me, every step a quiet echo of a life we couldn't be. There's a sense of a love that we lost in the hallway light, like a soft fading echo that lingers past midnight. You're gone, but you're here in the air that I breathe, and the trace of you that refuse to leave, like the last note of a song that will never replay. You're the fragrance of a promise that just slipped away in the room, in my hands, in the breath between. You're the scent of a lost love I still can't clean. Got cabinet full of coffee cups you always used to choose. Lipstick on the rim of one, a shade of almost breaking news. I keep telling all my friends that every part of me is healed, but your shampoo in my shower says the truth hasn't revealed. Rain is tapping on the window like it's trying to confess. Every drop a flashback image of your hair against my chest. I open up the wardrobe just to breathe you once again, and I close it like a secret that I'm scared will never end. All the ordinary moments turned to altars when you left. Every fabric, every corner holding pieces of your breath. I can scrub these floors for hours till my fingers start to shake, but some traces of a heartbreak are too stubborn to erase. There's a sense of a love that we lost in the hallway light, like a soft fading echo that lingers past midnight. You're gone, but you're here in the air that I breathe, and the traces of you that refuse to leave, like the last note of a song that will never replay. You're the fragrance of a promise that just slipped away in the room, in my hands, in the breath between. You're the scent of a lost love I still can't clean. Maybe love is just a chemistry that never got the memo. How the bodies moved apart but all the molecules said hello. Cause I catch you in a stranger's perfume walking down the street, and my ribs become a matchbox where your memory strikes its heat. If you ever light a candle in a brand new someone's room, will the smoke spell out my name inside your bar or afternoon? Or will every faded t-shirt, every jacket that you own carry hints of what we were, like a cologne you can't outgrow? Morning opens all the windows, lets the daylight filter in. Still the ghost of what we wanted clings like sugar to my skin. I can change the sheets and curtains by a scent I've never worn, but your after image lingers in the cotton and the warm. On the nights I almost managed to forget what we became, one small breath of you comes back like a whisper of my name, till the day the air stops holding what my heart won't release. You're the fragrance of a lost love that I wear in every breeze. Neon puddles on the pavement, city breathing in the dark. Umbrella flowers open in every corner, every heart. Headphones full of constellations, lo-fi planets in my ears. You appear like faded headlights cutting through my hidden fears. Coffee steam between our sentences, we're talking soft and lowercase. Raindrops drawing silver stories down the window of your face. Every heartbeat syncs in tempo with the tapping of the rain. Moonlight filters through the cloud lines, turning blue into champagne. In the rain-soaked moonlight, you're a quiet melody, spilling little secrets, only night and I can see. Every whispered word is like a record in my chest, spinning in slow motion, putting lonely thoughts to rest. You're the echo in the raindrops, humming soft and bittersweet. Every sigh a rhythm, every glance a hidden beat. If the dawn forgets our names when all the city lights grow dim, I'll remember how the moonlight wrote your name across the wind. Traffic lights are slow dancing, red and amber, green and gold. Taxi halos blur around us like a dream we never told. Your laughter curls like cigarette smoke in the cold November air. Poetry in every gesture, pastel sketches everywhere. We share a hood for 30 meters, worlds colliding in the rain. Street reflections split in half, but somehow draw us close again. You say love is just a rumor carried on the midnight breeze, but your fingers trace the skyline on my hand like memories. And the city falls to grayscale when you're looking up at me. Every color hides behind you, shy of what we couldn't be. There's a question in the silence, there's a storm behind your eyes, while the moonlight drips like mercury between the clouds and high rise. In the rain-soaked moonlight, you're a quiet melody, spilling little secrets, only night and I can see. Every whispered word is like a record in my chest, spinning in slow motion, putting lonely thoughts to rest. You're the echo in the raindrops, humming soft and bittersweet. Every sigh a rhythm, every glance a hidden beat. If the dawn forgets our names when all the city lights grow dim, I'll remember how the moonlight wrote your name across the wind. Say it low, say it slow, let the thunder keep our time. Let the passing cars and sirens turn our heartbeat into rhyme. If tomorrow never listens to the promises we make, let this moonlit rainy midnight be the only proof we need. Let your shadow lean on mine until the storm begins to fade. Every droplet on your lashes is a wish the night has made. We're a footnote in the skyline, we're a secret in the glow of the half-awake horizon only sleepless dreamers know. Raindrops turn to silver dust along the edges of your hair. Moonlight folds its quiet wings, but still your whisper lingers there. When the city dries its eyes and all the clouds have cleared above, I'll hear rain and think of moonlight and your almost spoken love. Late night rooftop city breathing in 1,000 little lights. Paper cup between our hands, we're trading futures, trading sights. Air is humming with antennas, quiet signals overhead. All the things we never told them, but softly left unsaid. You're a flicker in a hoodie, constellation in my view, tracing planets with your finger in the sky between us two. Lo-fi crackle from your speaker, dusty drums and faded keys. Somehow all the random chaos falls in line with you and me. 'Cause when the stars gave us their blessing from above, every distant sun was whispering this is love. Every galaxy was leaning in to see how the smallest world could hold a universe like you and me. Shooting lights across the ink of midnight blue, wishing wells in space all tipping towards you. In the quiet of the dark it felt so true, like the stars poured all their blessings into you. Billboard angels watching over traffic rivers far below. Someone's taxi leaves a comet trail of yellow, green, then gone. You say, do you think they planned it? With a half disbelieving grin, every star and every almost just to get us here again. Glitter dust along your sneakers from the festival last week, still a spark on every footprint like the ground remembers heat. You lean back against the railing, eyes reflecting navy skies, and the cosmos looks much softer when it's shining in your eyes. Every lifetime we don't know about, every this moment, like a secret only grows. And it feels like all the long ways, all the wrong turns, all the scars led us to this easy silence underneath these watching stars. 'Cause when the stars gave us their blessing from above, every distant sun was whispering this is love. Every galaxy was leaning in to see how the smallest world could hold a universe like you and me, shooting lights across the ink of midnight blue, wishing wells in space all tipping towards you. In the quiet of the dark it felt so true, like the stars poured all their blessings into you. Maybe we're just tiny stories in a book we'll never read, written in a language only gravity can really speak. But tonight the constellations feel like choir rows of light, singing softly for the two kids on a rooftop in the night. If tomorrow brings its traffic jams and half-awake routines, if we doubt the way we fit inside each other's in-betweens, close your eyes and hear the static of that far-off stellar choir, how they spelled our names in silver on an invisible wire. When the sunrise starts erasing every star from out the frame, and the city yawns awake like it's forgotten us by name, there's a glow left on your shoulder that the daylight can't explain, little trace of every blessing that the night could not contain. So when life feels too heavy and the daylight's too much noise, we'll go back to where the heavens once applauded all our joys, on some quiet borrowed rooftop where the sky first made it clear that the stars had always saved their sweetest blessings for right here. Early morning on the shoreline, sky is blushing pastel gold, coffee cooling in my fingers, all the fears I never told, footprints scribbled in the sand like half-completed secret notes, waves erase the darkest sentences and soften all the quotes. Distant city on the skyline looks like someone else's life, all the deadlines, all the heartache, all the neon, all the knives. Here the sunlight hits the water, breaks in silver, breaks in blue. Every shimmer on the surface feels like letters sent from you. In this ocean made of hope and light, every broken piece is turning bright, all the fragments of the days I almost threw away glow like diamonds in the spray, in this sea where all the shadows fade, every rough wave births a brand new shade. If I'm lost I only have to look up to the sky to see the hope and light reflected in your eyes. Paper boats of old opinions drifting out beyond the reef, every you're not good enough dissolves into a brief relief. Seagulls drawing lazy circles like they know we'll be okay, sunbeams laying golden bandages on all the parts that frayed. You say listen to the rhythm as the tide pulls out and in, there's a heartbeat in the water that keeps telling us begin. Lo-fi humming from a speaker buried halfway in the sand, gentle keys and dusty drum loops holding everything we planned. And the currents know our history every time we try to the foam, hidden just below the surface, building us a softer home. Every storm that almost sank us carved a harbor in our chest. Now the waves that used to scare us rock us gently into rest. If tomorrow brings a thunderhead and darkens all this blue, we'll remember how the shoreline turned our gray to something new. How the water held our reefs, how the sunrise made them small, how the sea of hope and light could find a glow inside it all. Now the sun climbs up its ladder, painting pathways on the tide, and our shadows grow but softer as we stand here side by side. When the world feels sharp and heavy and the noise is far too loud, we'll come back to where the water pulled the light out of the clouds. In the quiet after chaos, when the day has lost its bite, we're just two small wandering figures on a shore of endless light. In this ocean